Today on Time with Alumni, we are with Engineer Mary Arthur, who works with Olam Ofi, and she is the Quality Food and Safety Manageress. So you're welcome to our Time with Alumni. We are so glad to have you, and thank you for welcoming us into your space.
Thank you too. I'm also grateful for reaching out to me. As an alumni, I'm happy to share my thoughts and my experiences with you.
Thank you. So we'll just set the ball rolling. We'd like to know a little bit about you, starting from when you started school up to where you are right now.
Sure. So I would say I did science in Ola Girls.
Okay.
That gave me entry into KNUST, where I read BSc Chemical Engineering, and that gave me the license that today I am using, and currently have reached the level of a quality and food safety manager for Olam Cocoa Processing Ghana Limited, which is actually a subsidiary of OFI as a global organization.
Thank you. So I'd like to know, starting with your school days, you read chemical engineering. How many women ladies were you?
Sure. That time we were in a class of about 69, if I quite remember, and we were only 14. Only 14 were females, and I happened to be one of the lucky ones.
Okay. All right. So which year did you graduate? Let me ask.
I graduated 2006.
Okay.
So it was quite an experience. I remember on campus, you realize that we entered into chemical engineering from our science backgrounds, had to do maths as some of the courses that had more credit hours, like 4 thereabouts. And I would say most of the things from coming back from secondary school to the university, you realize that linkage is not really there. So I don't know how the university will look at it, so that whatever that we are doing in the secondary school level, at least we'll have a bit of, if not an intro to what awaits us in the university curriculum, if that can be looked at.
Okay, so when you say linkage, what exactly do you mean?
So what I mean is, you realize that somebody read elective mathematics, and then at the end of the day, this person is getting the lines because probably had A, and then probably did so well in physics and chemistry. But when you come, you realize that the engineering maths we do is totally different.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I mean. So I don't know, because if we look at those of us, those of the people that had the opportunity to do O-level and A-level, you realize that their curriculum was quite detailed. So by the time you even get to the A-level, it's like your mind is really prepared for the tertiary level. But with this current, I don't know now, I did SSC, now WASI.
Yes.
I don't see the link. So I think the university can do better if we look at an intro to pre-inform students what awaits them, probably where they will draw the line between doing a normal elective mathematics or coming to do engineering maths, and the difference and the import, what's the focus, so that the understanding will come clearer for students to really do it. Because you realize most of the students that pass is about gathering whatever that has been passed, especially with pass examination and the solutions to pass examination, and they do well. So just to end it from there.
Just a bit more on that. So the intro you're asking for, the linkage you're asking for, you still think is the responsibility of the university?
I don't know how both government or the Ministry of Education can come in, but I think the universities also have the opportunity to also suggest to Ghana Education Service if it is something that they can look at. Because mind you, somebody coming to do engineering maths right from elective mathematics, there should be some link, so that at least the focus
make
area,
it easy for them to transition.
Exactly. So the transition is not that clear. So you just come in and it's like, this is difficult, and you have to still get it anyway. So That is what I see.
Okay. So that's a bit of a highlight into what I'm about to ask you next. What was your academic life like?
Oh, I wouldn't say I was the super first class student. Unfortunately, I started with my level as I finished with lower. I wanted to be a first class, but I couldn't because I realized I was a typer that always wanted to have practical understanding before I even write anything. So I struggled in my early days, but from the third to final year, I realized that I had found my level. So I was one of the students that kept on increasing almost every year. So that was why I realized that no, there's something about our SHS education and the university education which has to be looked at if it is possible. That's my advocate.
During your time, was a career fair and awards thing?
Yes, I would say during our time, we were encouraged as even being a woman engineer or doing engineering as a woman, because we realized the numbers were few. I remember a class of mechanical, they had only 3 ladies in my year group. So I would say it was more male dominated at my time, but we were encouraged. Every level. I remember Professor Jackson as my then dean of school. That time it was School of Engineering. Yes, please. Before we went to the transition of college.
Yes. I wanted to know whether we have this career fair and awards, and the awards actually. Do we have awards for different categories? Because you said every year we're increasingly going up. We have awards for students who we call them most improved students. So your time that didn't exist?
No. We didn't have anything like that.
Yeah, that's just to encourage students, like you said, who found it difficult but were finding their level and then increasing. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, then it's good to hear. If that is now in,
yes,
I'm
it's
happy
in.
to hear.
Yes, it's in, and it's encouraging a lot of students.
Yes, please.
And you touched on the gender, so I wouldn't ask about that again.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I wanted to also ask, you read chemical engineering. What you're doing here as a quality and safety manager, does it relate? Is it related in any way?
Wow,
yeah.
A very good question. I think I would want to say to all the students there that reading a BS is like a license. Okay, and the course I did, chemical engineering, where if you look at it in the developed world, people mostly see it as a process engineering, gave me a platform. So in my case, I could have been in production. I could have even ended up in the technical department, but I had the opportunity to veer to quality. And what is making it advantageous for me is because I have this engineering background, I'm able to understand the process and then be able to have the best in terms of controls during production.
Okay.
So the chemical engineering I have done, have not veered off. I wouldn't say that, because as it stands, I'm in charge for the quality and food safety of whatever we produce. So imagine if I don't have that understanding, the basic understanding of a normal inputs into a process, then it will go through a reaction before it comes out as an output. How would I be able to even do a proper risk assessment to safeguard the product? So there's a big link from where I came from and where I find myself. And it has really been advantageous. So when production engineers are talking, I understand. When the technical people are talking, I equally understand. And that is where I have that advantage over those that the typical sciences
or the social.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's good. So I wanted to know, are you married?
Yes, I'm married with 2 boys.
What's that like, family life and work?
Another hectic thing that you have to combine. But when you get there, I always say this, you get the grace. Once you are ready and you set yourself to do, you get the grace to do. Because to have a job like the one I'm doing, You can have customer complaints at any time. There can be a product issue at any point in time within the day, and I'll be called to come down to the factory and guide the entire team what to do. And even I can be called to send certain documentation to give assurance to customer requests that has come with demand. So that is how critical the role is. But in it all, I manage the stress together with the stress that comes from family, which I said, when you are ready, you get the grace to do that.
So I was going to ask what your working hours are, but from what you're saying, your working hours are around the clock. Because anytime.
Perfectly. Typically, I work from 8 to 5.
But
then, if you ask me, behind that time, I am still being, in quotes, accountable for every product that is leaving the shores of this organization. Yes,
so just one more question before I go to the advice. What exactly does Olam do? What's the cocoa processing?
Oh, okay. So, Olam Cocoa Processing Ghana Limited is an agro business. We are into producing cocoa mass, or somebody will say cocoa liquor. If I say liquor, it's not the liquor where we have alcohol. No, this one is a semi-finished product. So we add value to the raw cocoa. We convert it to a semi-finished product where processors can further produce what we call finished products that consumers or customers can take or inject. So that is where we are. So we are into processing to semi-finished. Then it will be further processed.
Do you export some of your products?
100% exports. Everything is exported. Yes, 100% export.
Which means King's Bite and all the rest are not from Olam.
Yes. So our customers are outside. Okay. And we ship it to them, and they will convert it into the chocolates, the beverages that you can see. Yes. So that's all.
Thank you so much. So what advice do you have for engineers, those in school, those who just came out?
The advice I will have is they should try as much as possible that they get a deeper understanding of whatever that is being taught. Because I will tell you, none of the courses being taught are irrelevant, in quotes. Every one of them is relevant. But students should go the extra mile to find out what is the impact of this course as an engineer. What is it going to help me? I think that side, they will need career guidance to be able to decipher, okay, even after school, where would I be heading? You may have your own things that you would really want to do, but ask yourself, you are an engineering student, what can you bring on board? What value can you add if even an organization is to pick you tomorrow when you are done with school? That is the thought lines that I expect students to start picking. Because I realize that sometimes you just sit and it's like you are waiting for a national service. Anything that comes, we take. But that shouldn't be the order of the day. We should rather be more focused and be more industry driven, if you ask me.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been a great time talking to you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much. And I wish all the students the very best.
And can they reach out to you via LinkedIn?
Yes, I have my profile LinkedIn, so you can definitely reach out if you want any guide in terms of what you want to do, especially with those in my field, chemical.
You got to call the chemical engineering students.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.